Coach, you've had about a full season of coaching here, half season of recruiting, and a full season of recruiting. Who are you with this basketball team?
Right now, it's still hard to tell. I mean, you know, it takes time to evaluate the new guys that you brought in. I'm still learning the things that they can do, things that they can't do, still trying to fill out what position they would really be good at in my system, because a lot of them didn't play as fast as I play, and so now, I'm still filling them out.
Your game is a speed game. You like to push the ball up and down the floor. So is that what you look for when you go out and you recruit?
I do. I look for guys. I look for guys who are athletic. I look for guys who are tough. I look for guys who don't mind getting on the floor. I look for guys who like to hustle. Those are some of the tangibles that I look in when I go and recruit guys.
And then time you often talk about you want that guy with that high IQ of basketball. How important is that?
I mean, it's very important, because when you're playing fast as we play, there can be a lot of mistakes because that ball can sail too high or be thrown too short. So I want guys that are capable of making good decisions. But I also want guys that are mentally tough, because I understand when you play this fast, you're going to turn the ball over. But I want people that can bounce back off a turnover and keep playing and don't focus on that I just turned the ball over. Let me do that on the sideline.
And when you talk about the fast ball game, does that mean necessarily layups or just the best shot you get out of the fast-paced game?
Definitely would love layups, but I like guys that can get from point A to B and get off a good shot. My main thing is, believe it or not, I don't harp on shot selection. I harp on offensive rebounding more than anything, because I tell guys, as long as you prove to me your offensive rebound, I'll let you take just about any shot you want, because I got confidence that you're going to hustle and give us a second chance.
Because you've been around SWAC basketball for a while, graduated from a SWAC school. You coached in the SWAC last year for the first time. Your evaluation of SWAC players and the SWAC conference overall?
Very athletic. These coaches in this conference are probably some of the most talented coaches that you'll see in Division I basketball, because they're doing what the big guys do with less money, less staff, and these guys do a great job of preparing.
How do you counter that when it comes to recruiting?
Well, you got to go out and get guys that fit your system. You know, like with us, we got a little bigger this year, but at the same time, we became more athletic. So now versus last year, where we were 5'11", 6 feet, 6'1" in the guard spots, we're standing 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" in the guard spot. And so that's where we made up the size difference. And didn't necessarily make it up with the 6'10", 6'11". We have one guy that's 6'9", you know, and another guy that's 6'7", and another guy that's 6'6", that played a 4 and a 5 for us. And the rest of those guys are 6'4", 6'5", and just athletic.
Talk about, many times you think about the speed game, you think about your guys on the perimeter. Talk about having guys that can play the post also up and down the court. How important is that to your style?
Definitely. You gotta be able to get the ball inside. I mean, one of the guys that we have, Latrell Love, who we counted on last year to get the ball inside too. The biggest difference going to be between Latrell this year, he won't have the biggest guy on him. Guarding him at all times, because we did get two guys that can offset, where now he's got an average size 4 who's guarding him. The thing about it is, I tell people all the time, as fast as I like to play, I take pride in knowing and saying that I am a diverse coach, as well as we practice 60% of the time full speed, but that other 40% we're practicing against. What if a team play a 2-3? Okay, what if we got to run a set offense because our fast break not working? You know, right now, you know, we just kind of doing what we normally do to get them implemented to the style that I want. But yet still, we are diverse and slow it down when we need to.
William last year can shot the ball, and I believe he can shoot the ball as well as anybody in the SWAC. Talk about his play, what he means to the team this year.
Hey, what William does this year, he brings us a X factor when it comes to knocking out that perimeter jumper. But I'm telling you what I'm most proud of him that I've seen so far, because he's learned to give a pump fake and go all the way and lay it up now. When last year I couldn't get him to do that. He would force a three-pointer while he knew people were running and contesting. So that shows maturity there. And every year you shouldn't be the same way from your freshman to your sophomore year. That's like, I should not be the same coach in 2015 as I was in 2014. Just reality.
Okay, talk about Valley State basketball from your first year to your second year. what it's going to be like?
Well, we definitely will still play up tempo, but what you'll see this year, you'll see a little more shooting, better shooting. You'll see a little more size, so we'll rebound better. And then as a coach, I'm going to do a better job of getting my team prepared. You know, last year I was trying to always find a magical quick fix because what we lacked. But this year I feel a little more comfortable at being able to prepare as a typical team does, and as a typical coach does.
When you think about team, anytime they think about the players, also you have a team of coaches too, together for the second time this year. Talk about the growth in that team of coaches.
Well, that is so important. And let me tell you this here. Last year when I walked in here, I was not only teaching the players, I was teaching the coaches, I was teaching the managers, I was teaching the bookkeepers how I like to do it. Now these people know. You know what I'm saying? See, both my assistant coaches are smart, and I have a good graduate assistant. So they picked up on my system now. Coach Struther made a comment to me the other day. Coach, you know when I go recruit, if a kid don't have a high motor, I tell the coach quick, nah, coach, we don't need to look at him because he ain't got a high motor, even if he averaging 20 a game, because his motor not high enough to play for coach. And so when now in practice, the practice will run a lot smoother now because I can send both coaches on the end with guys, and knowing that they're working on the stuff that we need to work on, and I ain't got to oversee it and see. I could be focusing on what I'm gonna do next in practice. So having a coaching staff that's familiar with what you're doing and to go out and implement what you're doing, man, it takes a lot of pressure off your shoulder. I sleep a little better at night.
Okay, Coach, thanks a lot for spending your time with GWordLive.com.
Appreciate you.